So for this tool tip, we want to look at pliers wrenches. Okay, so you may ask yourself, what the heck is a pliers wrench? Why do I need one? I just wanted to give you a little simple demonstration, and then we're going to compare Knipex and Icon. So basically, if you're old like me, when you're growing up, we always called this crescent wrench. This is not made by Crescent, I understand that, but this is a crescent wrench, or an adjustable end wrench. Okay, so you have, as everybody's done this knows, you have the ability to do that. You get a nice smooth fit on the nut or bolt, but the end constantly moves. You do a couple bolts and you'll have to readjust it. Sometimes you get it snug so you can turn it, and then you have to loosen it to take it off. It works, but it's kind of a pain. Something else that everybody has done is you take what, again, old people would call channel locks. It's a slip, I guess a slip wrench is what you call it. This is obviously not made by Channel Lock, but you get the point. So here you're getting more of a pair of pliers, but you have the ability to adjust the size of it. So this guy you can crank down on, but you see there's teeth on it, and you will inevitably tear up your nut or bolt. You'll have little sharp edges on it. Eventually you'll tear it up. So they both work. Neither one's great. Okay, so Knipex came out with this a few years ago. This is their plier wrench. So it allows you to adjust both on a metric scale on this side and English or SAE scale on this side. Different sizes. You've got a push button here you can slide this guy up and down with. You can make it pretty good size. But what this does is it gives you the ability to have have those teeth come together, and you're squeezing it still like a pliers. You're applying pressure, but you're not digging into the nut or bolt. Okay, so it gives you a lot of capability here. It is adjustable, but if you're somebody like me, I like to give it a little extra English, if you will. So these allow you to squeeze down on them and turn whatever you need to turn. It's well enough designed that you can even, basically, if this was tight, you'd almost have to, or you can only just push down the top one, basically, and it'll still stay tight. So it allows you to go out to basically 2 inches on the size, okay, or 52 millimeters is what they say. Okay, so that's Knipex. All Knipex stuff is an excellent tools, made in Germany, very well engineered, but pricey, and that's where we're going to go with this. So this guy is Icon, which is the top level of Harbor Freight tools, and basically, I mean, I don't know how you could look at it and say it's not basically a ripoff of the Knipex, but same thing again. It goes out to 2 inches. It says 50 millimeters, so it's 2 millimeters less than the Knipex. That's not much of a difference, but there is a little bit of a difference there. They both have, I don't know, I didn't count them, maybe 30 or 35 different positions. So there's every little position all the way down here. I don't know if it's by millimeter. It goes from 12 millimeters to 52. So I'm guessing maybe every 2 millimeters, for example, that it would be different. So there's a lot of adjustments, and you got to remember that when you have the teeth open, you're closing this down, and for that large swing in the handle, you're only moving the teeth a little bit. So there's a lot of give and take you don't have to have it exactly right. You might have the handle a little more open than you need or would like to, but you can work with it. So very nice. A little different handle. The Knipex is a little slimmer, and you can tell, well, I don't know if you can tell or not from looking at it, the icon is a little bit bulkier. I think the button that you push to change it on the icon is a little bit bigger, maybe a little easier to push in. The handle would just be a personal preference. Again, I think the icon's a little bit bigger. The Knipex is a little bit lighter. So if that's an issue for you, that's something to bear in mind. They both are excellent tools. The icon coming from Harbor Freight has a lifetime warranty. They actually both do. Knipex, though, to the best of my knowledge, I've never had one break because they are very good tools, but I think you have to mail it back and you have to provide the receipt, which I don't keep the receipts on all my tools, so I don't know if you have that or not, but that's one issue with the lifetime guarantee here. The icon, if you tear it up for whatever reason, you take what's left of it back to Harbor Freight and they'll give you a new one. So that's a big plus. Again, for old folks, that's something that brings you back to the way Sears used to be with Craftsman when Craftsman was a top brand. So anyway, I like the icon a lot. I'm not sure I like it better than the Knipex, but I think I like it as well. And then you get into price. This guy, if you go out and price it, say on Amazon or something, I believe is low 60s now. So it's an expensive tool. This guy, you can go in and pick it up at Harbor Freight for $39.95. So as far as I'm concerned, better warranty. Probably close, if not as good a quality, close to as good a quality, and 70% of the cost. So if that's an issue for you, if you're a part-timer who uses it occasionally like I do, you're not doing this as a professional mechanic, but you're like to tinker, I would say the icon makes a lot of sense, but that's completely up to whatever you consider important. The Knipex you can't go wrong with. It is just expensive. So anyway, that is what a plier wrench is, and that's comparing those two. Hope that's helpful.